Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another edition of Viewpoint. It is an exciting and interactive talk show with the talker as EB. On the show, we talk about everything and anything trending, ranging from entertainment to politics, health, education, lifestyle, power of community, you just name it. All you need to do is sit back, enjoy, and engage in our conversations. My name is Hadiza Galadima right here with me in the studio and my co-host, Confidence.
Hello, Hadiza. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Confidence.
And Rachel.
Hello, Hadiza.
All we do on the show is spark meaningful conversations, inspire change within our community as we engage in honest dialogue. Let's get started. In the words of Philip John Miller, no heroic act is motivated by greed. So our first topic of discussion today is the suspension of strike by the NLC. Our second topic is the pressure to succeed illegally among youth. And lastly, we will be talking about significance of maintenance, safeguarding infrastructure, enhancing efficiency, and ensuring safety. All this and more after the break.
Experience the acceleration of Oweleketv. Get the latest news from the glitz and glamour of the entertainment industry to the pulse-pounding realm of sports. We provide accurate and up-to-date information, exclusive interviews with top political analysts that will leave you craving more. Our team of professionals delivers captivating content from Nigeria and beyond. Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleketv. Visit our website at www.oweleke.tv for a thrilling journey. Oweleketv, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back. This is Viewpoint, talk show where they talk as EB. Less than a day after initiating countrywide protests opposing the fuel subsidy removal, the organized labor has decided to postpone its planned strike action. The president of the Trade Union Congress, Festus Osifo, disclosed this information during an interview with Arise TV on Thursday morning. He revealed that the labor leaders had a meeting with President Bola Tinubu. As a result, obtained commitments to address some of the raised concerns with immediate implementation. This led to the suspension of the strike. Rachel on the show yesterday actually predicted it, and it came to pass.
Normal.
So let's have your take, and I want Rachel to start.
It's a good time
See,
to say, I said it.
Yes, so because we're getting used to these things. Even a child
We know
now,
how it works.
yes, we know how it works. Something will happen, and a child will just come and say, "Na lie, you no go," and that's what will happen.
Really?
Because it's just like they're just acting a script.
Mhm.
They work by the usual script. So every sector, like I said yesterday, every sector in this Nigeria, everybody. When I say body, not individuals
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
every
People in
organization,
positions.
especially government organizations, it's already a thing for them. It's like a normal thing. They have to pass through this process. The ones who do not want to go through this process, if you cannot beat them, you have to join them. That's the story of our Nigerian government. And so this issue of NLC, TUC is not supposed to be a government body. But the way they are operating now is looking like they are also part of government. So when they go on strike today, we already know. Tomorrow, this one was even very swift. Usually they'll go for like 1 week or 3 days, or then they'll come back and say they've suspended it because they've spoken with the president and he said he's going to do this and that. This same NLC, give them some time again. They will come back again and say they are going on strike because the government did not respond to what they were requesting for. And when they'll go on the said strike, they will still come back again and say, okay, we've had a meeting. They are meeting till they get ahead. So it's normal. I'm not surprised. When I saw it this morning, I said, oh, Normal now.
Because like
Expect
something
it.
like most Nigerians are saying this keeps happening right from the time of Oshomole. You know, they will just come out and mostly and they say more when a new administration comes, that's when they will come out and be like, okay, we are going on a strike because you guys are doing. Why did you've been fighting for
All
it for a very
everything
long
na
time.
initial gra. They pulled down Senate gate. They went to protest. They do gbiri. Everything is just
Yes.
to fulfill
Some
righteousness.
Nigerians are
you know.
saying their pockets are empty, so they will go back.
Yeah.
They'll stage some drama so that they will get and refill the pocket. When
Exactly.
it's empty again,
They'll
they'll
go.
come back. I was like, confidence, let's have it.
Honestly, I just have little or nothing to add to this because, as funny as it sounds, it's very annoying because these are people's parents, these are people's family members, and it's not that they are joking, they're actually fighting for a cause. They are doing this thing, they are going out there in the front line and they are, they want their voices to be heard. But I just want to stay on the side of let's hope that whatever discussion, that they've had, in quotes, with the president, that implementation will really start because it's a thing. It has become, it's like a series where you know that, okay, this is peculiar to this series. Strike action is peculiar to Nigerians. Any little thing we are still protesting. Any little thing we're still protesting, and it's in every sector, it's in every facet. Well, the real question is after the protest, what comes next? There's something in the movies, it's called a climax, and then there's a resolution. There's a very high point, and then there's that point where everything, gets resolved. So after this whole, this strike action, what is next? Would there really be an implementation, or will it be business as usual? That's the question.
But another thing again is, with the way we're seeing this NLC TUC thing, their members may not be happy. Their members may be angry in their houses right now.
Definitely.
Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Because this thing is looking like it is the leaders of these bodies now that are just coming together. Let's go and meet government. When they speak government, who knows that they give them whatever they want to give them. They discuss. They go back. The members of. So you see, this thing is it's so painful because it's now affecting the ones that are down below. Yes. Because it is their leaders now that is like making decisions. Okay, we've spoken with the president. He said he's going to resolve it. How about the members? Are they happy? Is this what they really want?
And the funniest part of it is, it's a normal thing in Nigeria. Probably whatever, maybe let's say, for example, money is released, and you know the way it works in Nigeria now. This is Nigeria. Once the money is released, probably the leaders will take their share and then tell you that, oh, the president did not give us anything. And then the people at the grassroots will start clamoring. And these same leaders who have eaten the money will stay one place and be fanning the fire. So
That's it.
it's both sides of the coin is just bad, because if you even want to defend them, you also know that there are bad eggs inside the same LLC,
Exactly.
and the TUC. There are bad eggs inside them. So, but my question still remains, after this whole protest and they've gone to see the president, what next? Would there really be an implementation?
Because like a question just popped up in my mind, and I was like, so since you guys really want to suspend this strike, why won't you see the implementations? Let's start seeing the implementations before you suspend the strike, rather than just calling off the strike and all that.
And they've been fighting them. They've been throwing every single thing at them, telling them that it's illegal, and probably it was because Falana came out and said, "Who said going on strike is illegal? It's their right."
I even saw a news whereby the government is saying NLC and TUC and they want to sue them to court because of one content thing, whatever.
This is just a clear case of Niger, my country. To you, the viewers out there, we would love to hear from you as usual. Okay, so get involved in our comment section. All right, we will be going on a short break. We'll be right back. Please stay with us. Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. Moving on to our next topic, which is the pressure to succeed illegally amongst youth. In the pursuit of success, some young individuals find themselves confronted with a troubling dilemma: the allure of illegal means to achieve what their peers seemingly to have attained. Fueled by the desire to keep up with friends who appear to be flourishing, the pressure to succeed through illicit routes can become overwhelming for youth. So the question is, how can we address this issue, and how can the minds of the youth be brought back to working hard and working smart for what they want? Yes.
First of all, it has to begin with the individual, because let me tell you something. even if you decide that you want to help somebody, except that person wants that help, no matter what you do to reorient that person, you pull yourself, you pour all of yourself in. If that person does not want that help, forget it. So the question of how do we, it has to start from them. They have to come to the realization that we as young people, this road no go pay. I don't know if you've heard this slang, good girl no dey pay, good boy no dey pay. And it's a slang and we're laughing about it, but it's becoming a theory right now for young people that hard work is no longer paying. You have to make it get rich fast. And while we laugh at Nollywood and most of the movies they made, Kanayo, calling nice sacrifice, most of the things they were putting out there in the movies were their true life stories that you dip your hand into this thing. They will not tell you, the devil will not tell you the consequences, but you will pay for it in the long run. So it has to start with that person, the individual, the youth telling himself, this road, there's no road here. Yes, I might enter into this. I might make this money from, pushing cocaine. I might make this money from ritual killings. I might make this money from armed robbery. But in the long run, there will be consequences. If the law does not catch up with you, life will catch up with you. You will lose your life. They don't think about it. They just want, may we be among the happening guys. So it has to start with a reorientation of the mind by the individual. Because trust me, no matter the kind of talking to you give a person, if that person is not ready to open his eyes to the reality that this thing is wrong, forget it. There is nothing you want to say that will enter the person's ear. He has to start first with this road, this place, road no day. I have to work smart. I have to do something with my hands. I have to work hard. I have to know that, okay, this is something I worked for. Not scamming other people and thinking you make it in life.
Most people see hard work as suffering or hard work as time wastage and all that. So, Rachel, please.
So I was listening to Pastor Ifeanyi Adefarasi one certain time, and she said something. She said, when you'd see women, it was a women program, yeah. So when they see women who they're dressed fine, like they carry bags, named bags, maybe Chanel or Dior and all of that, and they are dressed expensively, and you're looking at them and you're like, I also want to get this thing. She said they worked for it. True. That woman worked for it. She worked for a 50-year-old woman who is now dressing expensively. It took her 50 years to get to where she was. But then a 20-year-old girl who just finished maybe higher institution and you've not even worked, and then you're looking at this woman, you're like, see the Bible this man will carry. I go hustle, I go find. How do you want to hustle to get that money? And see, the people who look up to, the people that youths look up to, there are people who they've actually worked for it. They've suffered for it. But they don't want to go through the same process.
Exactly.
They want to go through, because you see a man driving one kind of car, you see him with his beautiful family, he's dressed this way, and then you want to be like that man. You've not asked him, what did you go through? Definitely. What is the process? You just want to be like him. And yes, you can be like him even the next day, because you can dip your hands into something and you'll be like him. Two of you are now looking, the same. You're driving the same car is driving, you're looking expensive, but the process is different. And because he suffered for that thing, look, there's a process whereby you went through that process. Nothing will make you now start. It won't be easy for you to come back. You're rooted in that thing. But you who just came up the next day, you want to be like this man. When you want to crash, any little wind, you will fall. Yeah. Youth need to understand that you need to work hard and work smart. Yeah. See, working hard is not, I went to work, they paid me this. Look, there's a whole lot to put into it. We need to understand the process. We talked about skill yesterday. Some people, look, there's so many of you that don't even, first of all, many of them don't want to go to school. Not because their parents are not willing to send them to school.
They just don't want
Some
any
people
type
went
of
to school.
work.
They don't want to work.
They don't want to
hustle.
be the baby boy and
some
baby
people that
girl
send
life.
them to school, but they went there to do something else. They manage graduates. Skill they no get. Education they no get. Yes, education they no get because they went to school, but they are not educated. They went to school, but you're not educated, because even when they ask you, this thing you studied, what is the definition of this thing? You can't even say anything.
Most of them say school is scam.
School is scam. But yes. do you know something? I saw a post. Naira Marley who is king of Malians, who is saying school na scam. Now, have you checked
graduate,
Naira Marley?
his
Have you checked his profile? Do you know who Naira Marley is? But that same person is telling you school na scam, and you too, they follow comot belt, they say school na scam.
Somebody
Sorry
that is
for you.
made.
Do you
I'm sorry,
understand?
I'm not his fan, but you see, if you look at his life and his profile, you see that
Yes, he's
a lot
made.
of youths don't just want to work. You see, you go online, and that's why sometimes it's just really good to just take a break off social media, because if you're somebody that thinks reasonably, you just get upset.
Yeah.
You see people telling you occupation, I just want to be Oga wife. For God's
Exactly.
sake, that Oga that you want to be his wife, he's been working.
Yeah.
Yes, there are men who don't want their wives to work, but at least there should be something that you can offer, as a young person, not for the person, but for yourself. You need to invest in yourself, even if it does not come to use for you at any point in life, but you're proud that this thing I learned it. Do you know that some people have skills that they are not willing to put to use? Skills that people are begging God, where was I when you were sharing?
Talent.
And
there are people that want to
natural.
equip them.
Yes.
There are people that want to help them. They're like, no, I beg for this life, I'm not going this life to suffer.
Yeah. Some people have not even discovered their talent in this life.
So many
They are
have
just
died
living.
They don't know
wanting
what
to make
they can
money
do.
through illegal. So many people have gone, especially young people.
They should go and check those that dip their hands in dirty things and check how they should
far.
compare them with those
Exactly.
who did it clean.
Well, bottom line is hard work really pays. Working smarter to pays, all right. And like Confidence said, invest in yourself. Just invest in yourself. And that if we don't be in a rush. We shouldn't be in a rush at all, all right. We will be going on a short break. We'll be right back. Please stay with us. Welcome back, and now over to our last topic. We'll be talking about the tragic loss of a young doctor in Lagos State Hospital elevator accident. On Tuesday, August 1st, Dr. Were Diaso, a promising young medical doctor, lost her life in a devastating elevator accident at the Odan General Hospital in Lagos State, just 2 weeks away from completing her housemanship. Dr. Diaso met with the unfortunate incident while on her way to collect a mail from a dispatch rider. The elevator, known to be faulty for over a year, plunged from the 10th floor to the ground floor, leading to the fatal outcome. Heartbroken and grieving, those who knew her alleged that the hospital management was aware of the elevator's issues but had neglected to repair it. They believe this negligence was the cause of Dr. Were Diaso's untimely death. As the community mourns the devastating loss, serious questions are being raised about the importance of maintaining hospital infrastructure to ensure the safety of both staff and patients. So, people, I will say Nigeria, our country, our country. This is a general hospital.
It is sad.
I've done it again.
It is so sad because I followed the story. At some point, I just stopped reading because I was going to start crying. Yet again, Nigeria has happened to another young person, another life, another star has been cut short. And the reason why it even hurt so much, aside from the fact that they were not maintaining the elevator, there was no blood for the young woman.
In a hospital.
Because, when you're following the story, you see that she was actually alive.
Yeah.
And she was saying
she was
it.
badly
She was saying
injured.
that
She
she
was
doesn't want
talking
to
that she doesn't want to
die.
die. And then you keep wondering, why, I don't want to use some words, but why shouldn't there be blood in a
In a
hospital?
hospital.
For God's sake, a general hospital, a place where lives should be saved. Yes, we know that there are circumstances where the doctors cannot do so much, but in certain circumstances where we know that God has equipped these people to actually do something, I don't understand how a full hospital does not have blood. Aside from the fact that the elevator, was poorly maintained and, it crashed and injured this young woman, because I have to say injured because she did not die immediately. There was no
She could
blood
have
for
been
her.
saved.
There was no blood for her, and she had lost so much blood because of the impact of the fall. And then let's now talk about the fact that infrastructure, that elevator had been faulty for years. Years and years. That elevator that was carrying 8 people, I can't remember the exact figure, about 160 something kg. 8 people. It was equipped to carry 8 people. They knew when the fault started. They reduced it from 8 people to 4 people to 2 people. The person writing had to say that at some point of you have to use your hand to be opening the door of the elevator. And they knew about this, and they left it like that till it took a life. Now that it has taken this young lady's life, they now want to start, doing something about it. So I want to understand, is it till somebody dies before the right thing is done in this nation?
Good question.
Till somebody, the infrastructure, talking about, this maintaining infrastructure. I remember, I don't know how true the story is. Then back in school, people who had graduated from the University of Abuja were saying that before that bridge was constructed, the number of
People that
students
died.
that had died, I kept on trying to wrap my head around the fact that is it till blood is spilled before something that it is our own, that we have a right to, before they do something about it. A young life, somebody that had 2 weeks left to complete her housemanship.
I feel your pain.
When we went on that break, I said we're getting to the emotional part of this program.
Honestly,
because I'm wondering how her parents are feeling right now. A daughter you sent to school, successfully graduated, doing her housemanship, just 2 weeks left.
Okay.
And that is it. Sometimes we don't feel pain as other people are feeling it because it does not happen to us. It could have been anybody.
Exactly.
It could have been any other person. Yesterday we were talking about resident doctors going on strike. They were talking about salaries not it's not enough. They're not taking care of them. It's not even about care anymore. It's not about the care. It's not about the risks involved. Imagine a general hospital, a government hospital. Elevator has been bad for years, not days. And they left it there. And staff in that hospital, they were typing just that they don't want them to know who they're doing it anonymously. Someone said, if they talk now, they go talk, so they go revoke your license. He said, if we complain now, they go say we go revoke your license. Which means these people have been complaining, but they've been threatening them with we go revoke your license. And now it has taken a life. Not just it took the life of a promising young person. We're talking about youths doing illegal things. If youths now hear this story, now you go go pass through how many years does it take someone to go to a medical school, for Christ's sake? Now a young person will hear this story and will say, when they say school na scam or what? A young person will now you will waste years in school, and then a government will come and take your life because they're not paying, because their children will not. Yes, their children are not here. Their children will not do housemanship in one general hospital in Nigeria. Yes, now that's the thing. Their children school outside the country. Even they themselves, they do not go to these hospitals. When they want to treat themselves, they go outside the country. So it doesn't bother them. It doesn't concern them. See, if
say your point,
it is saddening. It is saddening. We're talking about it like this, and I'm just talking, and it's like tears I just got, because I know what it is to send a child to school. Medicine.
Do you understand?
As a little child, I was saying, I think what was the thing that even made me stop thinking about. I think one of the days in my JS2 they were talking about cadavers. I heard dead body, and that was where the dream to study medicine died. Now imagine somebody who went to that school, finished, graduated
a private
successfully.
University. A private university. I think I had 3.6 million. So calculate how much. I'm just wondering. I'm wondering how.
Now we're talking about it is history.
And do you know the painful part of this whole thing? When this thing happened, she did not die immediately. This lady was saying,
that was
I
why
do not
I
want
kept
to
pinpointing.
die. And the reason she died was because there was no blood.
For God's sake.
And in that same elevator, they said for more than 1 hour, they were not able to pull her out of that place until about 1 hour. And then when they were finally able to take her out, she was saying she doesn't want to die. They should please save her life. And because there was no blood, she died. God will judge you people. Let's not just go further.
Because if no parents will want to lose a child, because the pains of losing a child or a loved one is so terrible. This is just a wake up call. Nigeria, the government will need to do the needful. We don't need to keep wasting lives. This was a young promising.
They survive on the bloods of Nigerians.
Infrastructure
took a life of a promising young.
What does it take to maintain? Somebody will ask me, "Oh, do you know how much?" I'm like, "What do you mean? Why? There is an elevator in the hospital for a reason, and it should be maintained." These are things. There are people who are employed to maintain these elevators. There are
They've
people
siphoned the money now. They've used the money to send their own children to school.
Well, this is really, really sad. It's very terrible we're ending the show on a sad note. Okay, so that is it on today's edition. You already know, talk show with the talker Mercy B. We would love to hear from you, so be a part of our conversations by dropping your opinions on our comment sections. And don't forget to follow all our social media handles displayed on your screen for more exciting and captivating episodes of Viewpoint. Do subscribe and turn on your notification bell on our YouTube channel at Oweleketv. Our website is oweleketv. See you again.